Just got off work, so your boy looking like the third world. My apologies. Feeling like today was our anniversary. Now you out with your homegirl, having a good time, meow wolf, doing the things in your own world. While I'm sitting back thinking about pain, it almost makes me might hurl if I was to allow myself to go fully into that little world. The truth of the matter, when we came to the differences of our opinions, ain't like something that I could hit like a splatter. It was decisive. And it's something that I should have seen clean of what was the matter. Even in the beginning, when you said that my indecision and lack of commitment was the reason that you were so distant and refused to pursue the ends of disagreements to a just resolution, satisfying our commitment, thus watering the grounds and growing beautiful things in this place that we were in it. Making me feel like I had to do just a little bit more to get that level of commitment, that level of respect, that level of persistence. So I came through, but my ain't true, making decisive movements with the quickness. But at the same time, realizing that somehow I just fell short of that desired mark to generate persistence. Let alone let anybody else witness a demonstration that might hit me dead hard on the mark with the quickness, something that leave me slain with the swiftness, ready to break down on one knee, begging with all this in this that you would be the oneness, the one partner that I had to go through this every weather and every storm. But girl, baby, ooh, I need this. But unfortunately, I fell short of the motivation of your persistence, so I persisted. Made the next move, the next aim, calculated, framed, cocked, locked, windage, estimated, and put to aim, and the trigger was pulled on the next lane, acquiring a new frame because you said in your own mind frame, if I could just get my baby out from around these bugs. I ain't hating. I'm really not also trying to show love. I'm just saying it is what it was. So I felt like if at that time, on top of all my demonstrations, that was the last demonstration trying to prove that I was true with real love, trying to get this thing to fit like a real glove, it might be enough to put straight slugs in the doubt of your heart that Sims times me mugs and got you in the dark saying things that ain't love and downright should have known because it came out of your mouth. Oh, what? This ain't the kind of love my mama was talking about. But yet and still, I made the move with a cold grill, calculated still, disregarding the advice and the counsels of those in the elder will. Even when sought out on the phone, aunties on different coastlines told me different still. I persisted in this ill will, iron will, apparently to kill none but myself. And then when I thought I was in a position to achieve the persistence, while I maintain persistence of providing for the mission, not the whole, just half, plus a little on top with cash, groceries, and a little, make sure the date life was also on fire for, yeah. But still, somehow I fell short of the designated mark to generate and motivate the motivation and the will for your persistence, your admiration, your love, your respect, or a situation that anyone could bear witness. And when I tried to testify to this, to bring true light to the situation, you missed it and said that I'm just bitching, that you needed me to grow up and get up in the kitchen, because apparently these dirty dishes is the only thing that's really missing. But when it ain't the dishes, it's the garage or the clothes or the laundry. And the problem is that when we started this new chapter, I said that it would not be. We made an agreement and shook hands that I would do the laundry and you would stay on top of these dishes and they would not bother me. I said I'd do the laundry because it was something that weighed you down, and I could tell by the state of your old place that I couldn't hold this down. And if it had to be done, I'll do it myself before I live in a place that I let get like this. And yet, and still, I found myself here looking at hills. The laundry piled up by the bills Because quickly after we initiated, the lease was signed at this place on the hill. She informed me if I wanted dishes done, do it myself. That even though I could wash the clothes, sort the clothes, properly clean the clothes, not mixing the lace with the cotton towels or the activity robes, that the kids couldn't match up and hang up clothes. It's 2.5 kids. I get mine half-time. Hers is here on the daily. So my mind is thinking, I don't understand. Put foot to their behind. Because where I was raised, kids had to toe a line. It wasn't like a weight that you had to carry, but basic training for participation in the family and also to hit your aim that when you grow up, you don't end up a sloppy lame. But apparently that game was put to shame, along with other statements to character shame, blame, and point fingers and aim, until tragedy came. And that tragedy came in the form of a bullet pointed at the same person who would pull it. That destruction wrecked your world a little bit. And real true, I wasn't there for you the way that I needed to be too. See, at the time, I was really feeling hurt and neglected because when we initiated this last phase and things got corrected, I found out later that at the time, you neglected to mention that there was another brother in the picture. So at the same time, my heart is feeling split and fractured. You experience this pain that I have not healed from my fracture, and I can't fully be there to help you with your fracture, but all you can say is yours is greater than my fracture. I can't lie. You're probably right. But in the dark of the night, when I tried to be there for you and I saw through to the daylight, your gates was closed. I beat on those. I begged and I pleaded with blankets and ropes, and there was nothing I could do to open the doors. They was closed because I wasn't there at the one crucial moment, movement, when they closed. See, I guess your path and things you lived in life have taught you to keep that door and not open it twice. So when you found me on the other side, pounding for my life, for your life, for our life, pounding for our life, again, you didn't open it twice. A windfall blessings came from the sad ending of that tragic life. And you asked me some things and we talked about at night for just a brief time, because if we talked any longer than a night, we might have achieved one of the things that I so desired and needed in life. But you informed me of your goals to move forward and purchase a home, to which I put in my bid that it's more than a house that makes a home. And I would love to take this trip with you and make this house our own home. But first, can we have a conversation about the state of our home? This conversation was not important. It wasn't something that you digged, and it was something that you felt like you didn't need to get the bid. See, you had the money and now the power, and you could do what you did, whatever you want. You found a house and then signed on it and did. Now, at the time, we saw a couple things. I went with you once or twice, but you went to look at houses about 20 or 30 times with your homegirls, with your friends, with other people that wasn't me, even with other dudes. It still kind of hurts to see. Now, it's true the house you found was the house we found and we're together, so I felt like maybe it's a sign that maybe we could be together, even though the fact that you chose to buy a house against my wishes, and not really against, but without me, by yourself, it was consistent with the message that was communicated to myself, that your persistence was actually to yourself, and it was I who had borne witness. Now, from that point, we moved on, where I tried to talk again about us stating what we could do for the state of our union. But it wasn't a conversation that you said you wanted to have. You said it was too difficult, that I had made it too hard in the past to sit down and chop it up and really get to the nitty gritty. And so you decided that it was easier to just not have it with me. Months later, we find ourselves in a place where the house you built was almost done. And you say things to me like, you were supposed to be in on this house, son. To which I kindly remind you that you decided long ago that this was a road that you could take yourself and didn't need me to go. Now, I informed you at the time that this life I saw of mine required both of us to make big decisions like this at the same time. And I wasn't against it. Honestly, I was persistent. But when I realized that you weren't my gift, and that I had missed it. I didn't know how to swallow the truth of that existence. So for some reason, I did what I always did and persisted, and now I find myself staring down the barrel of your missing when you wasn't really there. So why am I scared? Just pull the trigger. Let the gun go click, see that everything missed, and you can get ready to take another shot. Cause I'm sitting here on an anniversary, and you, well, off top, made plans a couple weeks ago, and you told me, yeah, it's true. I just didn't put the two and two together until it was due. And the real part that's hitting me right now was when I woke up, dude, and I was thinking about every single thing that I went through after an argument ensued, that it usually does, and who, boo hoo, whatever it happened, at the end, it was you who threw that last jab, which I had totally forgotten. Thanks for ruining our anniversary. Reminded me why we're not celebrating.